Okay. Go to my channel.
Okay, let me try and get your channel back up. I had it on my other account, and then I had to switch to my Gmail for YouTube. What's your channel name?
Nerf Gun Charlie.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh, oh.
Okay, I'm there.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm there.
Yep, and we got sound. Can everybody
Are
hear
you
me? Oh, yeah, there's a delay.
I see I'm there.
I feel like I'm a noob. Okay. Let's see here. So.
I'll be right back. I got someone at the door.
Oh, good. Figure this out. And share. Okay, we're in Discord. For anybody that is watching, I do heavily apologize. It's my first live stream in forever. So. Okay. Cannot spell worth a darn. Like I said, I do apologize. So, me and our lead tester Dan, he goes by Krev, wanted to jump on, do a quick little live stream of what's going on. I had to have my chat up on my phone. One of the caveats of streaming an old game like this is it window locks your mouse. I cannot scroll to my other mouse. A limitation, as it were. So, we figured now that the announcement trailer's out, there is a release date of February 21st, 2025, which my calculations is next Friday. Figured we'd live stream this a little bit. You know, maybe take one or two live questions if you guys are interested in it. There's been a lot, and I mean a lot of buzz around the trailer, which I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. That was partially me doing a lot of the slides on the trailer. Sorry, it's 10 o'clock at night. But I worked on the slides, and I worked on transitions, put together a video. I did all of the in-game clips for the gameplay. And then the CGI shots that, to me, were next level, were done by Ian Burke. He does a lot of the video editing for fanfiction for the USS Krakatoa. It's an Abe-class destroyer in post-Undiscovered Country era. Really does fantastic work. He helped me out with this for, you know, his nominal fee, which I was willing to take care of for that. But yeah, I think the last time I checked it, we were over 1,000 views on that. It was like 32 to 35 likes. It was doing pretty good. A couple of people were complaining about its resolution or whatnot. I'm just going, you know, some of this footage is from a game that's 25 years old. I don't know what you guys expect when it comes to resolution, but it is what it is. And I'm more happy that this game is actually coming out next Friday, that I can resurrect this daggum thing and it comes out. So, big thing tonight is just doing a quick match and just showing off the mod, showing off some of the things that I've worked on. And the first thing I'm going to do is, there we go. Make for sure all that is down low. Fair warning. Oh, this means nothing. Fair warning, audio is going to be a little loud. Just from the weapons. I'm going to try to make for sure it doesn't blare you guys out. It's something I'm working on with Audacity to lower the game volume a little bit on special effects sounds. Let's see here. I'm not going to really worry about that.
I'm back.
Let's see. And that's Krev, you here. He's the lead beta tester. I've got it. We got it live. I'm testing it. So apparently 3 people are watching, which is 3 more than I planned for. One caveat for everybody that's watching. First off, Krev he's referenced in the announcement trailer. He is the lead beta tester. He has been, well, you tell them how you've been doing with beta testing the last few days of the latest near final beta.
Wow. It's been an interesting beta test.
That's it.
The AI is very, very aggressive, even if you put it on easy, and I haven't gotten too far with the Federation, honestly.
Yeah, that is something I've warned people about, I think, in one of my last videos. So for you guys that are watching live, you haven't watched any of the videos yet. Maybe you are later, or you already have, just a reiteration. I've kind of coded the AI to be 4x at first. So it's going to be similar to a 2 to a 4x RTS, something you might see in modern. It's going to start off fast. I'm got it where there are slowdown points, but initially it's going to hit hard, and you're going to have to choose what you're going to be building up for. For me, having some turrets and some starships mixed together and starting with a very tight defense has worked for me most of the time. But me, as the person that's programming it, I've lost a few times. And then, of course, Dan has said that the Borg have just... Was it the Borg or the Cyrnax that has just wiped the floor with you a few times?
I've played as the Borg a few times, and I've gotten my butt whooped by a few different ones. First it was the Romulans. Then it was the Cyrnax. And then the Federation got me the last time.
Good. Because I made it a little bit more challenging. And for those of you that are watching, I'm still doing patches for this. So it's not done quite yet. There's a few refinements I'm doing over the weekend. One of which is I'm retooling the Romulan AI to be a little bit more streamlined, similar to what I've done to the Federation. So it might be a little bit tougher for you, Dan. But I've also added back in special weapons to the AI, and it's something I warned everybody about in a previous video. The special weapon lists for the AI units is going to be different than what you have as a playable race. So just because a cube has a holding beam as a player doesn't necessarily mean it has a holding beam with the AI. It could have remodulation. It could have a cloaking device. I'm not going to say, but I got that update and it's going to get uploaded tomorrow. Quick caveat before we start this match. It's not going to be a long match because I don't want to stay up that late, and neither does Dan. But if you're wanting to play single player, even though we have a nice little animation here, single player is broken. It is how we have set up with the sprites, the tech trees, everything else. I could get it to work. It would take me several weeks to fully make for sure all the maps worked and rebuilt it, kind of deal. To make for sure everything was coded and referenced and all of that. And quite honestly, if you're wanting to play the campaign, I mean, just download the GOG version as is, play it, have some fun with it. I'm going to have other mods that I do that the single player will work, but because of the radical changes we made here, it's something that it's not going to work, which is fine. You're downloading this for future tense, not for stock campaign. First bug that's going to bother me is I got to figure out how to fix that in Bank Editor, because that is Signal player instead of single player. Alright, let's do this real quick. And as of current listing, everybody that's watching, we have 7 missions. 6 missions are our story for future tense. The 7th one is a Fleet Museum. And I've already done this once. It's a play and homage to what we saw in Star Trek Picard, but it's my take on it in the future tense universe, because we are not following canon with this mod at all. CBS and Paramount can't even keep up with their own canon, so I'm not going to try either. But let's see. Let's do Blue Passages, and I'm going to do Federation. Let's do Romulans. I've been testing against same race, like Fed versus Fed kind of deal. But let's see what happens. I'm going to recommend for right now, until you get used to it when you download this, play with max resources.
That's what I've been doing.
Just because it's not as quick to mine dilithium in this as it used to be. Mining Beam just used to always mine and just gather up. Now it has pauses. So, yeah. I know Dan's been dealing with that. Alright. And for the people that are watching, I do appreciate it. Or a person. For all I know, it's me watching the stream so I can watch chat. It is Dan watching it so that he can see what's going on. And it's one person. And if it is, then I thank the one person who is watching, because you didn't have to be here, and it's highly appreciated. All right. Yep, let's go ahead and get this started. Oh, there's my first bug I gotta fix. But that's gonna be easy. You shouldn't see the second torpedo turret that I can fix here as soon as the stream's over. That is an AI turret, so that's fine.
I was going to bring up that some of the special weapon icons don't show up that easily. That's about it, from what I saw.
Yeah, just give me a short list and we can get that hammered away in the next few days. That shouldn't be too big of a deal, to be honest. See, I've got to fix that. They should not have buttons. And I know what happened there. I fixed an issue with... get it, Romulans? Okay. I was fixing an issue. The AI was not building the same model tech of turrets as they were supposed to. I think I linked the SOD to the buttons that I created for them. So I just gotta basically make this a different SOD that it references, and then take away its linkage to a button. And it should be fine. But as you can see, person or persons that are watching, we already have 2 starships, and you can see they are building up quick. They've already got mining facilities going. The Remans are about to start building. I was not kidding. So I'm glad that I only have one bug that I gotta fix. That's actually rather nice. Hey,
Romulans found you already, it seems.
It's fine. Because... oh, never mind. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't have the Intrepids on here anymore. There.
that thing waiting in the nebula? Oh, never mind. There it goes.
Yep. I do not mess around with that. Alright. Get you up here. Alright. So I wasn't kidding. You've got to really do some work in this.
When I was testing the Federation out, I did that, and I put up a bunch of turrets, and they still plowed through.
Yeah,
The Saranax.
well, the Cyrenax are literally, and me and Dan were discussing this. Each race technically has its own strength and weakness. Cyrenax strength is they can take on a lot of standard weapons fire before they really are taking damage and getting destroyed. We were following the Virtual Voyager lore that is on the Virtual Voyager website, which for any of you that haven't gone to that website, I've linked it multiple times, and I can link it again. But essentially, they are supposed to make the 8472 look like children, kind of deal. Instead of your universe will be purged, it's we would just kill you, kind of deal. Like we're not just going to purge you of life. We're going to destroy planets. We're going to destroy solar systems. It's pretty nasty. Oh, see, look. Yep, there goes 2, 3. Yep, I gotta start researching real quick. Alright.
I just love how they used to swarm me.
Yeah, and see, this is why I have to build up the way I do, which I've got my shipyard up now. So we're good there. Also, if you're watching this for the first time, you haven't watched anything, don't mind this little NX class. Don't mind him. Not going to do much. Of course, it's threat, harmless. Not going to really do anything. It's just fun because with these old ships, you're going to have a couple on each yard in the Federation. You never know what kind of special weapons might be hidden on them. They could be beyond worthless, or something else one starship. Dadgummit. Alright. There we go. Get out of here. So you never know. I'm not really going to give that away. But it's just one of those things. You never know what's on those old ships. If I can get built up real quick. Then I'm going to show off the hero tech. And that's something I don't think you have yet.
I don't think I have it either. I basically was just struggling to survive when I was playing.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's go ahead and get some more research done. Now, one thing you'll notice, whoever's watching, like I said, I do appreciate you stopping by. If you watch my earlier videos, research used to be a 3-tiered stack of these stations. The AI hated it. Is to be put to put final play on it. So I did away with it. Single level for both AI and the player, and I've just retooled what gets unlocked by this for the Federation, because everybody else just has a single tier of research, and it didn't like the Borg are going through just one level, or the Romulans are going through one level of research, and then you got to go through, what is that, 7 to 9 per level, so you're going through almost 20 to 25, somewhere in there, worth of research before you can actually build stuff, like have everything unlocked, it was beyond ridiculous. I'm doing this because, and I know Dan has probably seen this, but
I have.
they will adapt. If this does not work for them after a while, they will start attacking the other way. They are very cheeky. So, just trying to make for sure I'm not going to get my butt kicked while I'm showing off new tech. Would not be in my best interest. But
Be a little funny.
I mean, it would be, but it's why I say when you're starting off early. Oh, never mind. Darn. That means it got destroyed. That's one of the things we fixed in here. So one of the special weapons you guys will run into, torpedo bursts or quantum bursts. It's essentially reverse engineering energy dissipators. Except they self-target. But essentially I click this button, and instead of draining my special weapon energy, it increases it by a factor of 10. And then you just code a torpedo that has the special weapon cost of 1 above the limit. So it's 1001. Each time it reaches the limit, it fires a torpedo. And that's what we do for our bursts. You can do bursts, spread bursts. You can really have some fun with it. One of the ones I had there was a Polaron burst. And it would rapid fire 10 Polaron torpedoes before it was done. It was beyond silly, and I loved it. Alright. Let's get... See, nice little Excelsior class in here. I don't know if this is a part of the patch you've got, but the Vindicator is a new addition to the mod. Originally, this was the Rimla class. Unfortunately, the Rimla class was an unfinished model that we had in there that was just not up to snuff compared to the other ones. Whereas this is from a newer version of our mod. It's more of a science vessel, and what I've done is I've made it more into a science destroyer type. So it's got things, as you can see, it's got tachyon bursts for shields, it's got an electron bombardment for anti-cloak tech, and it's no differently armed than the Rimla class was. Just have slightly different stats on its shields, and like I said, it's literally to be that more science destroyer. The Rimla, I believe, had a torpedo spread and something else. Alright. Should be good. We'll put one more turret here. Get some Norways over here. Alright. There you go. You can die. Alright. Now, build some more of those, and then we can do the hero yards. Now, I did a video on this one, but this is the first time Dan is probably seeing it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to build the hero yard before I got phasered out of existence.
Which is fine. The cost you had in the last one didn't work anyway. So as you'll notice, it only costs 5 dilithium, 1 crew, 1 officer. And it is a tiny little thing. The whole premise of this is it's not going to be there for long. Oh, get it. There you go. There we go. So, the premise behind the hero yard, as the Federation holds their ground against the Romulans, this code idea came from the next mod I am. remastering, which is Orb of Time. The only time I've ever seen this done in A1, so I kept the code. And I always reference them because it was the first mod I ever played before I joined the Future Tense team. So they combined a shipyard with a research station. And the whole premise is, so let's just come in here and let's do the Enterprise. And what it's doing is it's going to build the Enterprise as a quote-unquote research pod. That's what it's doing. It thinks right now that the Enterprise is a research pod. Now, the Enterprise is still using its same ODF as a starship. But because it's being built on a research station, the research station sees it as a pod instead. Let's move all of them. So, you can see, Dan, it's built.
Yeah.
It cannot move, though, because the station is still active thinking it's a pod. So you just go in, deactivate the station, you have the Enterprise. With its special weapons, it's all good to go. The reason we do this is if you build the station again, and this is the only reason I use this code, I build the station again, I build her away, the Enterprise is now grayed out. You can't build another one because it's a research station that sees this as a pod, and you can only build one of each pod. So if you only have one Enterprise pod assigned to it, it will only build one, and you can't build another one until this one's destroyed. And that's going to be the same for any of these buildings. The moment it's built, that's it. You have to put it in combat, you have to risk it, and use it, or you're just researching them, they're sitting off on the sidelines, but you can't spam the field. And that's what they put in their README for Orb of Time, is they didn't want someone to spam 20 Enterprises or 30 Defiants instead of using the regular units.
Sounds like it would take the fun out of the game.
Huh?
It sounds like if someone was spamming Enterprises, that would take a lot of the fun out of the game.
And that's why they stated that in the README, and I agree with the sentiment. You know, if I was spamming 15 Enterprises and then 15 of these Voyager A Cernax enhanced vessels, it's just nowhere near as fun as trying to figure out the balance of the various vessels that we can build. And yeah, there's a lot, but depending on the situation of what you're facing out here, different. See, there's just a lot going on for the Romulans. I want to simplify this. But it looks like they're doing pretty good. Oh, the Remans are getting... Oh, Remans are building their shipyard. Okay. So this is one of the things I want to refine down, Dan, is I do want the Remans to build some stuff, but right now it's technically going through both trees. So they're going to have to do research to build everything. Romulans have to do research to build everything. I think their AI is 3 times longer, or 2 times longer than the Federation. I gotta fix that. Oh, Voyager A is ready. There we go. The reason, guys, you don't hear voices, I turned everything down. I just can't help that weapon sounds override everything. Also, this Voyager A is a lot more deadly than the original version that my good friend Adam had when he created this. He only had it where it was firing a phaser and a quantum torpedo. I said, no, that's not going to work for me. We're talking about Cernax. Oh. Yeah, now get it. So what I did here is I followed what's on our Voyager website that was created long ago. It has phasers, but it also has phased energy weaponry from the Cyrax. They fire a lot slower, but they just do more damage. And then each one of these spikes has an energized attack boost. So, I'm going to attack Enterprise, and I'm just going to hope it survives the initial volley. Come on. You'll also notice as I was describing some of the videos, we do have different physics here. I'm not going to have 50 turns necessarily. There we go. What'd you think of that, Dan?
That is impressive.
That's my good old Voyager A versus not as much. But that's because it's got Cyrax enhancements on it. Oh, I forgot research. And then the laytest one, this one is a hero unit, but it was in a non-hero unit area for whatever reason. The USS Pasteur with Captain Beverly Picard. It was just a regular buildable, as if it was the Hope class, but it had Beverly Picard's voice files on there. Let's just flip this over. Alright, you guys are good. We'll build you here. I'm not sure who created this station, Dan, but I like it.
Ooh, that looks pretty cool.
It'll be 40 seconds. Alright.
What station is this again?
It's an outpost.
Okay.
Alright, so the Pasteur is ready. And let's see here. To give you an idea for anyone that's going to watch this after the live or whoever's watching now, for example, with the Norway, we're talking about a Dominion War Era vessel. By now in future tense 2409. It's a little out of date, but it does have a sensor jammer. It does have a tricobalt torpedo. It's not going to last nearly as long in a fight necessarily as one of the newer vessels, but it's still got some power. Same with the Achilles. It's armed like an Achilles should be. It's got a phaser, it's got quantum torpedoes, it's got pulse phasers. But it also has a quantum spread, and it can recharge its own shields. Yep, this is the outpost, Dan. Which it is armed with quantum torpedo launchers. That's all it's armed with. You can build some of your vessels out and about. There we go. My favorite vessel, the Pyrannodon. I really wish someone would come along, make a high-end version of this model for fleet ops. I love the Pyrannodon class. She's armed with proton spread, chain reaction pulsars. Independence is sensor echo and hollow shock. Oh, it's had a core shell. Alright. Let's see here. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to notice it, Dan, but the Starbase should have multi-target phasers as an auto weapon.
I did not notice that.
Okay. I haven't had a chance to test it because no one's ever gotten close to my base since I lost handily the first few matches before they had it. It's only going to have 3 phasers, but they're supposed to target 4 targets from each array. So it's essentially from 3 weapon slots in its ODF, it's essentially going to target up to 12 targets at once. It's probably not going to. It's probably going to target like 6 or 9 or something like that. But it's supposed to, it can technically target about 12 if it hits 1 each. Okay, let's get this yard going because this one has another one of my favorites. Just gonna fix that. God, that's gonna bug me. And then let's get a sensor pod going. And goodbye. Thank you for coming. Nothing. Gotta love it.
I'll give credit. That was pretty clever.
Yeah. Something you guys are not used to seeing in Armada. Ramming speed. Think it's self-explanatory. I'll let y'all have fun with that one. But yes, it does work. I found that out unironically. But it does do what you think it does.
I can't wait to test that one out.
Storm. Aww. That's not damage. Alright. There we go. Republic classes. Moscow's are good. I love our Galaxy classes and our Galaxy class refits. Oh, I might show off the armor alive. Are y'all serious? Oh no, something about this design. I have always enjoyed. It definitely needs an update. But it looks like the beefier cousin of a Prometheus class. It doesn't separate because it doesn't need to. And it has the photonic cannon. Yes, that photonic cannon from the Emergency Command hologram.
So that's a good episode.
Yes. Fair warning out there for anybody that does watch this live stream after the fact. Some special weapons will harm friendlies. And what I mean by that is, like, there's obvious ones like Cobalt torpedoes. You have a friendly that's too close to the detonation, they're going to die. But there's other ones you don't think would be harmful, they are. So, depending on what it is, you might want to make for sure that nothing is close by before you activate it, or you are legit indeed in enemy territory. Just in case. Now this is a fun one. I don't think I really got to show this one off. But you'll recognize the end game version of Voyager and Intrepid Blade of Armor. It's the flavor of the day. And we have armor.
Ooh, that looks nice.
So, I'm not going to say how it works as far as what it does. It's actually a very simple code. And it's not a 100% perfect overlay. So you might grab the occasional shot you're looking at in the game as a player. You might be able to find where, you know, the model leaks through. Sorry, did the best we could. Honestly, I tried to resize it. I couldn't make it any better. This is about as close as it's going to get, and it's the original. But yeah, it's not going to animate, obviously. We're not Fleet Ops. Get over it. Let's see. But let's see here. I'm going to bring out one of these. Hey. Oh. That's the wrong sound. Okay.
Isn't that the sound a Borg base normally makes?
Yeah, that's why I said I've got a couple of things I gotta. Let's see here. Bring up my notepad here. Fed base, phasers, fix sound. Do not have buttons. Okay, so far it's only two real bugs that I've seen. It's this right here, and then being able to see the AI buttons for the turrets. So far is the only two things that have really stood out. There we go. There's Big Chonk right there. This is another model I would love to see updated. Just modern looking Galaxy armor plating, more modern nacelles, phaser cannon. Good old phaser cannon. Having someone make a Fleet Ops variant of this vessel, so you can see it in the Fleet Ops engine with the, the various deflector and engine glows, and oh, it would look good. All right, so let's go ahead and get you up here. It's about that time to start taking the fight back to them. I've won a few matches, just not many. Let's get some Excelsiors going. I don't have much to fix here besides what I'm already planning on fixing. Oh, player do not expect. As a player, do not expect that many maps, if any, in the final version to have asteroid walls. And what I mean by asteroid walls are not things like this, where you have asteroids just laying around, but a complete wall that blocks off a section, and the only way is to get out via wormhole. With the changes we made to the AI pathing, and physics, AI is not like it. And essentially what ends up happening is you end up with AI pathing that basically gets them stuck against the wall. They do not know anything other than forward, and they will simply sit and wait. Why? But it's easily fixable anyway. More open space warfare, if anything. So it's not gonna be like, this is gonna be your best bet for defense, is finding nebula walls that they can still traverse through. But it's not gonna be a pure safe zone where you can bottleneck them via wormhole. They are using the wormholes here because the path is one of my favorite maps always leads to the bottom. It's one where you are locked into your area with an asteroid wall. The only way in or out is one wormhole, so you can bottleneck all your enemies, have a solid defense. We're not gonna be able to have those, which is fine. I like more open warfare and a change of strategy and pace. So, really? Yeah, thank you. Oh. Let's see here. I'm going to get 4 Defiant refits, then we're going to start moving. So yeah, like, this is what you're looking at. You are going to be bottlenecked for a little while. The AI is, honestly, the Romulan AI is going to be tougher than this. And you can see how many starships they're building here. At least 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, up to 20 already. And this is just mostly Romulan units. They haven't started building Reman units yet, and that's one of the reasons why I'm fixing Romulan AI is I'm going to condense this down so it's simpler on what they're building, but this way they can build more ships faster. So, and they can have the Remans as a part of them. So however much Dan's been getting his butt kicked by the Romulans, it's about to increase. He'll have that update probably by Friday, so he can spend the weekend watching the Romulans try to kick his butt. That would be funny to me.
I just love getting my butt whooped by the Romulans. It's like my favorite pastime these days.
Hey, I had to make it challenging. I figured if I did something so simplistic like base Armada or some of the other mods that were just like, we're just updating a few minor things, no big deal, it just wouldn't be fun. And quite honestly, the one thing I want to see is I'm a part of at least 2 communities that so they're doing live games on Game where if they can still make that work, this might be interesting to watch in a PvP scenario.
I would love to see someone play this mod in PvP. It'd be very interesting to watch.
There we go. Romulans. Yeah. Alright, that does it. We're moving this fleet out. I've had it. You have pissed me off. Alright. Also, I like the Ginsu class. I don't know what it is about it. It's kind of that mixture of a heavily armed saber. It's got a little bit of Norway in there, I guess. Alright. Oh, there's the Remans.
Where are they at?
Right here. They were here. Alright, let's get a couple of Moscows going. And yes, you saw that right. The Analeptum bombardment did technically take out weapons for a half second on the Allied vessels. Like I said, I gave you fair warning. else here?
Not particularly. What's it doing? I can see the phases, yeah.
That's our machine gun phase. Something I noticed about the closest approximation.
I found more of the Remans. Looks like they're heading your way.
Yeah, I see. So slight chaos. Let's bolster their numbers. I never said the mod was easy. That much I can always say. And you're in trouble. Thanks. Alright. Let's go ahead. Keep building cruisers. Let's see here. At least the primary line is holding, which is good. It just seems I have pissed off the Remans and the Romulans. Let's piss them off even more. Follow us if you dare. I'm going to do some ambassador classes. Why? Because I can. Alright. Lead up and running. So I need some entrapments. Alright. Oh. Bye, Javed class. Quit it. Let's go ahead. I'm not saying I'm going to win this match, Dan, but we are going to try for the glory of the Federation here.
I think the Romulans are thinking the same thing, except they're thinking for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't let them win. Alright, let's get some sovereign classes out here finally. Do-do-do. Secondary fleet up there. Yep. Okay. But come on.
that's from the first game, right? Looks nice.
There you go. All right. One of those things I said, Dan. It's all in the little details. If you know where to look for a special weapon, you might just have an edge that you didn't think you had.
I am so pissed that you managed to pretty much win this already.
And that's why I say, I'm not going to give away all the secrets here as far as like what's hidden away, but I will build the NX class. Because we have a few more people watching, which thank you. But this is one of those hidden gems. Alright, they are helpless at this point. So, little NX class, Future Sincera, what can it offer? Well, on top of its little phase cannons and its photonic torpedoes, it can overload its phase cannons. It has a shuttle pod deployment to aid assistance. It's got its grapplers, but here's the key, Dan. Here's the suicide mission. I'm going to rename it to Spatial Torpedoes, but it's essentially a recoded and resodded version of shield disruptors from the Nebula.
Oh.
Just like what's on the Vindicator class when it comes to tachyon bursts. It's just a different sod on it. It's, like I said, I got to rename it Spatial Torpedoes, but it's a lesser value. So I think we've got tachyon bursts at 10 to 12 seconds for shield down. These are going to only offer about 3 or 4 seconds. But when you're facing something like the Cyranex, if you can get these off before it's destroyed, yeah, you lose the NX class, but now maybe 3 Cyranex vessels have lost shields. You can attack their hull with regular weapons and they're done.
I wish I would have thought of that instead of just trying to brute force the Cyranex, because that was a bad idea on my part.
So, it's just, like I said, it's just the little things there. Oh, what are you doing? Don't tell me you're coming over here to fight me. I just crushed the Romulan and Reman race. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, y'all won't take that much to fight. That's why we're just going to go ahead and send you up. Oh, something I haven't shown off in a while. Warp drive. See ya. It's a little janky because of pathing, but you get a wide open map. There's not really much here, and you get a sizable speed increase, as you can see. There we go. And thank you. All right. No transwarp for anybody. I didn't want to have any transwarp on most vessels just because it was broken, but you do have warp drive in here. And it's basically a speed booster. But this does use coding that was hidden in the EXE that they did not use and launched. Leave that on. One element.
There goes one.
Oh, nope, I won. There we go.
Nice going, man.
So they created 283 starships, and I only created 105. I lost a good chunk, so there it is. Hope you, for the few that jumped in, I do appreciate it. Like I said, I know it's an old game. It's an old mod at this point, but we're finally releasing it. We're proud of it, and I can't wait to do the last update to the AI so that Dan can get his butt kicked even more. So next week we'll probably have a release video that me, Dan, and others will contribute to, and put that out there when it's uploaded. Y'all have fun. Until next time, Timberwolf tells you to stay safe, and if you liked what you saw during the live stream, like the live stream, go watch some of the videos, comment, subscribe. I don't know, if you didn't like it, it's just not for you. But I'm glad you stopped